Lily, staring at her reflection in the window. Her skin, once radiant, is now dull and irritated. She feels the weight of the world pressing on her shoulders. Outside, laughter echoes from a group of her former friends passing by. They don't notice her standing close to the window. Their voices reach her ears, sharp and mocking. Lily, mumbling to herself, "I used to be beautiful. I used to matter." The door opens, and Margaret, Lily's mother, enters. She's a woman in her early 50s, with a kind face marked by the years of caring for Lily. She sees her daughter's slumped posture and sits beside her. Margaret gently said, "Lily, darling, what's wrong? Why do you look so lost?" Lily, fighting tears, "They don't care anymore, Mom. None of them do. Listen to them. Beast. Freak. They all say that about me now." Margaret, sighing deeply. Margaret wraps her arm around Lily, pulling her close. The pain of seeing her daughter in such despair is hurting her. Margaret said, "Lily, listen to me. Beauty isn't just skin deep. You've always had something special inside of you. You just need to believe in it." Lily, with bitterness, "Jake didn't believe it. He left me. He said it was too hard to look at me. Too hard to love me like this." Margaret pauses, her voice soft but firm. "Jake was weak, Lily. He couldn't see your strength. If he truly loved you, he would have stayed by your side, through thick and thin." A knock on the door interrupts their conversation. Sophie, Lily's best friend, enters. Sophie has been the only one who hasn't turned her back on Lily, but even her visits are becoming more infrequent as she struggles. She notices the sober atmosphere as she tries to sit beside her. Sophie, talking to Lily, to find the right words. I brought you some soup. I've been thinking about you a lot. I'm sorry for how everyone's been treating you. I know it's hard, but I'm here for you. I won't leave. We're all hurting, but we have to hold on to hope," said Margaret softly. "You know I believe in you, Lily. You'll find your way back, even if it takes time." Lily, in frustration, complaining of people calling her ugly. Sophie said softly, "You're not ugly. You're still the same person I met all those years ago. And we're going to get through this, Lily." Lily is sitting at the kitchen table, staring into her mug of tea, her mind drifting back to the vivid dream she had the night before. Her mother, Margaret, enters, wiping her hands on a dish towel, and notices the faraway look on her daughter's face. Margaret, unconcerned, "Lily, you seem a little distant this morning. What's on your mind?" Lily, sighing deeply, "I had a dream last night. It felt so real, Mom. I was walking barefoot in a forest, the kind of forest we used to visit when I was little." She pauses, her eyes distant. "The sun was warm, but it didn't burn me. The trees were alive, almost like they were whispering to me, like they were calling me to come closer." Margaret, sitting down across from her, intrigued. "That sounds beautiful. What happened next?" Lily, struggling to explain. "I felt free. I felt like I was being healed just by being there. The pain in my body wasn't there, Mom. And when I looked down at my skin, it was glowing. I know it sounds crazy, but it felt so real. I woke up, and I couldn't shake it. I feel like nature could heal me." Margaret places a hand on Lily's. "I've always believed in the power of nature, Lily. But I know how you're feeling. You're scared and uncertain. But sometimes our hearts lead us to the right path, even when it doesn't make sense." Lily, hesitant, "But what if it doesn't work?" Just then, Sophie enters the room, holding a small basket of fresh fruit. She smiles when she sees Lily at the table. "Morning, you two. What's all this talk about nature?" Lily, half smiling, "I was telling Mom about the dream I had. I think it means something, Sophie. I think nature can heal me, but I'm scared." Sophie, sitting down beside Lily, "I don't think you're crazy, Lily. If anything, I think you've found a sign. Maybe it's your way of reclaiming who you are. The world may mock you, but nature will never abandon you. It's been healing people for centuries." Margaret, nodding, "Exactly. Nature is patient, Lily. It doesn't judge you, and it doesn't rush. It lets you take the time you need. If you believe in it, it will believe in you." Margaret stands up and walks to the window, looking out at the world beyond. Margaret, saying softly, "I remember when you were little, Lily. You'd run through the garden, barefoot, feeling the earth between your toes. You were always so connected to the world around you. You've always had a bond with nature, even if you didn't realize it. Lily looking up at her mother, a mix of doubt and hope in her eyes. So you think I should do it? I should try? Margaret smiling gently. I do. I think it's the right thing to do, even if it's hard. The hardest journeys often lead to the greatest rewards. If you believe, I believe in you too. Sophie places a hand on Lily's arm. Sophie with smiles. I've seen you fight, Lily. You're stronger than you think. Nature won't fail you. Lily taking a deep breath. Okay, I'll do it. I'll start today, but if it doesn't work, I need you both to promise me you won't give up on me. Margaret assuring Lily. We'll never give up on you, Lily, no matter what. Lily feels full of hope deep inside her, a hope she hasn't felt in a long time. The air is fresh, but Lily's skin feels tight, irritated, as she steps onto the soft grass at the park with bare feet. Her mother Margaret and Sophie walk with her, each of them silently observing Lily's hesitation. The dream still lingers in Lily's mind, but as she stands in the middle of the park, it feels much harder to believe in the healing power of nature. The world, it seems, is not as kind as the dream she had. Lily looking down at her feet. This is it, my first step, but I don't know. What if people laugh? She glances around the park, noticing people walking their dogs, laughing with friends, but no one else is barefoot, and she feels self-conscious. Margaret smiling warmly. No one here knows you, Lily, and if they do, no problem. They won't understand what you're doing, but that doesn't matter. What matters is what you believe. Sophie grinning. You've got this. Just focus on how it feels. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Let it ground you. Lily takes a deep breath and slowly steps forward. The cool grass feels soft under her toes, and for a moment, she feels a connection with the earth. But as the minutes pass, she starts to feel the familiar irritation in her skin, itching, burning, stinging. She stifles a grimace. Lily under her breath. It's already starting. It's worse. Sophie notices Lily's discomfort and gives her a concerned look. Sophie asked, Lily, are you okay? Lily nodding quickly. Yeah, I'm fine. Just give me a second. She tries to ignore the itching, but it's getting harder. Margaret feeling sorry for Lily. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, sweetie. Healing is messy, but you'll get through this. A group of teenagers passes by, snickering as they glance at Lily's bare feet. One of them, a young man, whispers loudly to his friends. The teenager, what's she doing? Barefoot? Is she trying to be a tree hugger or something? The laughter stings, and Lily feels a wave of humiliation wash over her as she tries to hold back her tears. Lily softly to herself. I knew they would laugh. Sophie stepping forward, facing the group. Hey, leave her alone. You don't know what she's going through. The teenagers roll their eyes and walk away, but their laughter still echoes in Lily's ears. She can feel the sting of their words deep inside. Lily shaking her head, her voice trembling. I can't do this, Sophie. It's only getting worse. My skin's burning, and they're all laughing at me. Margaret gently speaking. You have to let go of their voices. Lily, they don't understand what you're doing. They can't see your heart. Lily's skin feels even more inflamed, and she sits down on a nearby bench in frustration. Lily, feeling sad. Why is this happening to me, Mom? I thought this would help, but I feel like I'm just getting worse. What if this is all just a stupid mistake? Margaret sitting beside her. It's not a mistake. Healing is not linear. Lily, sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but the key is to keep going. Lily vowed never to give up, no matter how challenging the journey became, or how many insults she endured from others. To her, seeing it in her dream was a clear confirmation that nature truly has the power to heal. Lily sat barefoot under a large oak tree, as usual for the past few months. Her days were filled with morning and evening walks, brewing herbal teas, eating healthy meals, and connecting deeply with nature. Slowly, her once patchy skin had transformed, becoming smooth and radiant, a reflection of her dedication to this simple, healing routines. Sophie walked towards her, her face lit with a warm smile. Lily, how are you doing? Your skin looks amazing, smooth and radiant, Sophie exclaimed, taking a moment to catch her breath. Lily looked up, returning the smile. I know. I've been working out and eating healthy for months now. I'm so glad it's paying off. As they walked towards a bench near the field, Lily noticed people stealing glances at her. The same people who once knew her couldn't hide their surprise at her transformation. Sophie shook her head and smiled knowingly. They have no idea how hard you've worked for this. Lily, I've seen your journey, and I'm so proud of you. I always knew you'd make it. As Sophie went to grab some fruit from a nearby stall, Lily sat quietly, soaking in the moment. An old woman approached her with curiosity and warmth. Excuse me, she spoke politely. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I've noticed you these past few months walking barefoot, sitting with the trees, and just being so connected to nature. It's truly inspiring. You're doing something brave. Lily blinked in surprise, her cheeks flushing. Oh, thank you. I guess I am. It's been a journey, but I feel so much better now. The old woman nodded with a knowing smile. I can see that. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Nature has its way of healing us. It may take time, but the results can be profound. Keep it up. Lily felt a rush of emotions, relief, gratitude, and an overwhelming sense of validation. She hadn't expected anyone to notice, let alone acknowledge her efforts. As the woman turned to leave, she added, "Stay with it. We are made to connect with nature. It heals us from the inside out." Sophie returned just in time to witness the exchange, her face lighting up with pride. See? I told you, Lily. People admire you. They're just too shy to say it sometimes. Lily smiled softly. I didn't think anyone would care, Sophie. Sophie continued. You're an inspiration, Lily. I'm so happy to see how far you've come. Lily felt immense gratitude toward her mother and her friend Sophie, who had stood by her through all the challenges. Their shared happiness for her transformation filled her heart with joy. The world had begun to notice Lily's transformation. Those who once mocked her now looked at her with awe and respect as she continued with her eating habits and daily routine. As she stood barefoot under the oak tree, her skin glowing and her heart full of hope, she knew she was becoming the person she was always meant to be. Lily whispered to herself, I can't wait to show the world the power of nature.